off, can you talk about some of the similarities and differences from this game to Wednesday's?
You know, again, both were real hard-fought games. You know, we end up 4-1, we end up 3-1. You know, both games that I think the kids competed. I was really happy with the way our team competed today. There was times when they could have, you know, melted or quit out there, but they never did. And you know, right down the end, you get a goal. Maybe we could pull the goalie, or if we could have avoided another penalty. But you know, we got a little snake bit with penalties there in the third period, and that might have prevented a better opportunity to make a little bit of a late run there. You know, and we got a goal washed off with 17 seconds. So again, the similarities are both games were very hard-fought games. Garensbury played fantastic both games, and you know, people stepped up in the absence of some, you know, world-class players that aren't in our lineup right now. And it's not one or two, it's four. You know, and that's a great compliment to those people that stepped up, and you know, something that hopefully will carry us down the road.
The team's penalty killing is really good lately. What do you have to say on that?
Well, it's been a constant all year, and it continued tonight, and it's a great thing to be able to hang your hat on. And it starts, you know, with the goaltender. You've got to get that kid to make saves. In a lot of evenings, you know, we used to threaten offensively, and I think tonight we threatened maybe a little more than over at BC. You know, Isabel and Louise had some opportunities. I think Kayla Catino had a 2-on-1. I don't know if that was a shorthanded situation, but we had some opportunities there, and I think tonight was more of a courageous fight night where you had people blocking shots, you had people fighting down low, and we were able to, you know, play an aggressive style too, which was great, not necessarily offensively, but just in the zone trying to keep them at bay.
How much does it hurt you to not have those top 3-point scorers in the lineup tonight?
You know, anytime you have four world-class players, all kids who played on national teams, obviously, are on Olympic team, and those are, you know, huge losses to have. But we don't talk about that or worry about that. We were ready to go with the people that were here, and I think we played a super first period. We set a good tempo. And, you know, they get a couple 3 goals, which is a credit to them. I think one of them had a little bit of luck. The second one kind of found the top corner from almost behind the net. But you know, I'm sure you can look and say we had some luck the other night, and that does play a part every once in a while. But they played a heck of a good game. They played a heck of a series. Both games Boston College did, and that's why they are where they are in the eyes of the prognosticators or coaches in this league.
Can you talk a little bit about the defense? You've let up in the high 30s of shots in the last few games. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, again, that's again, I give some credit to Boston College. They've got a very good team. All their defensemen are very active. Us being a few players down, you know, 4 tonight and 2 the other night. Sometimes your best defense is good offense, you know. And if you're carrying the puck, if they're forced to, you know, deal with people like Canel or Philippe, that gets us out of the defensive end and puts more pressure and energy on them. And you know, we would like to shorten up the number of shots. We will tighten up the number of shots, but tonight I almost felt like I didn't want us to sit back. I want us to go after it because we had to energize the kids that were in the lineup, you know, in lieu of the people that were missing, you know.
It seemed like there were a lot of penalties tonight. Actually, a few hitting after the whistles signed for both sides. And then, of course, there's that late game scrum. Can you talk about the physicality of the game?
I think for the most part, I think the officials did a fantastic job of keeping this game under control. You know, it's a game that the second time you play a team back-to-back, there's always a little bit of, you know, hard feelings somewhere along the way, and the kids are a little more fatigued the second time around, and you know, they did a real nice job of keeping control of the game. They called what they thought were penalties, and you know, we can go back and look at the tape, but officiating, coaching, or playing is easy watching the tape, you know, when you have to do it live and in color, and with all the bodies flying around out there. They did a heck of a job, so we probably got a couple that I think we could be in better control of. I think anytime you get a cross-check up high, or those are ones I think we've got to be a little more accountable.
Can you walk us through the second period of the game when BC scored their 3 goals?
Yeah, you know, again, they get the first one on I think we had gotten caught in there. We might have had a real suspect line change. They're banging it around, and before you know it, it ends up in the net. And I don't know if we ever, you know, got our feet back on the ground from what I think is maybe a poor line change. You know, kids are tired, they get near the red line and they want to change, but if that puck doesn't go deep in the zone, it's hard to have 2, 3, and 4 people change it. And I think we did that in that situation. The third one might have had a little bit to do with that too, but you know, I'll deflect some of the credit to Boston College that they made things happen. And as I said, the middle one had eyes. It caught the net from, looked like on the goal line or just above or below the goal line. And you know, that's one of the nuances of the game. That some nights you get a break like that, and what could have been a 1-0 game becomes 2, and they make it 3. You know, and at no time did we change the complexion of the game by getting 1 goal.
It seemed like you had a little bit more balanced line changes tonight. Do you like having more balanced ice time for the players? And did any one player stand out to you?
I thought Isabel Menard really, you know, played well as the game went along. I think Louise Warren had a pair of good games against this team, you know, Wednesday and tonight. But I really like the energy people brought to the line. You know, whether it's a Menard or a Warren or a Tino, or whether it's a Wiley or a Mahoney. I thought Taylor Holtz really had her skating legs tonight and played a good game. But again, we needed to get one, and the one I think was in those couple 3 power plays we had in the second. You know, Shan Mahoney had a pretty good look on a breakaway. I think we had another 2-on-1, which I think Isabel Menard might have been at the end of a shift and didn't pull away like she can. That happened early in a shift. She probably gets in and gets a 20-foot wrist shot instead of a 40-foot slap shot. And again, those are things that are out of our control a little bit.
You guys have lost 3 of the last 4 games. What do you think you need to do to get back on the winning track?
I don't think there's any question that you know, when you lose to the elite teams, you know, being Wisconsin or Boston College, you know, you want to split. You want to be 500 with them, maybe a little better than that. But you know, looking at the severity of the injuries and the people that are missing, I'd first like to answer by saying I'd like to get some of those people back.
Thank you.
Any news on Kohanchuk? I mean, you said that you were hoping she would play tonight. Any news on like what the injury is?
No, hers is day to day. She and Casey Boucher have, you know, kind of got dinged up a little bit with, you know, sort of the concussions that are you know, seem to be showing up all over the place, and bad luck on our front. But those two will be kind of day-to-day people that we'll wait and see. You know, when the doctor's clear, it's a progression to come back into the game, and you know, you start a progression with different things and elevate to the point where you really get your body temperature up and your exercise level up. And you know, they haven't quite been able to cross that threshold. Casey, it's only early in the process. Hopefully, she looked pretty good today. Seemed to feel good, so maybe she's you know, a little more of a headache than the Spear Cushion situation. And you know, with Jen being gone now for 1 more game, and obviously Marie being out till you know, January, we got some of the cards. We know where they're going. Others we've got to wait and see.
Anything else, guys?
Just last game, well, next game is against another hockey opponent, UNH. Can you talk about like how you guys prepare for that game?
Yeah, we'll try to balance, you know, getting a little bit of rest. It's that, you know, hectic times coming close in the school front. We've been going at it for a while, so we'll probably give them a 2nd day off this week. We'll try to, you know, again, I always say work on some things I think we can control. You know, in the heat of the game, sometimes decisions or passes, the kids have to make those decisions, but I think the structure on your power play, you know, how we're defending, we can look at some of those things and hope we do a good job. And again, it'd be real nice if 1, 2 of those players can come back. If not, we're going to go at it the same way we did tonight. Play hard, play intense, play excited, and see if we can get a W here against New Hampshire.